Welcome to Grief Matters, a podcast that features conversations about life and death. Hosted by Lorri Opitz, Director of Bereavement at the Joseph T. Quinlan Bereavement Center, no subject is off limits and no topic is taboo. Please submit your questions about anything end of life, dying, death, and grief to KarenAnnQuinlanHospice.org/Grief Matters.
Hello, everyone. Today, I'd like to talk about something that we don't hear much about when it comes to the topic of grief, and that is mourning the loss of our old selves, the loss of who we were before this profound death happened, because we are now the broken-hearted version of ourselves. And as that version, we miss a lot of things about ourselves and our life. We miss waking up in the morning without having that shakiness or heaviness or anxiety in our chest. We miss the feeling of excitement of upcoming holidays and birthdays or special events. Maybe we miss laughing out loud, that carefree belly laugh that just doesn't happen anymore. Or maybe it's missing laughing out loud without feeling guilty a minute later. When we look at ourselves in the mirror and see the pain in our eyes, we may say, I miss seeing myself, my eyes without the pain, without the sadness. We may miss having friends greet us comfortably. We sense their uncomfortableness when they see us. We miss having friends and family greet us without tilting their head with that puppy dog, I feel sorry for you look. We may miss seeing our children unburdened and carefree the way they used to be. There's so many examples of the pieces of ourselves that we miss after a profound loss. And people will say, I hate that there's a bittersweet edge to everything now. Even my joys have a tinge of sorrow. There's no pure joy left because everything is always filled with a piece of missing them. While that is true, we need to also remember that we are still whole and are challenged to create a life that brings us meaning and pleasure, and charged with being the best version of ourselves that we can be, even though we are brokenhearted. Kintsugi is the Japanese art of repairing objects with gold. And things are put back together to form a new whole. And the broken lines are covered with gold. It really is a metaphor that tells us to see the broken, painful parts of ourselves and use it as an opportunity to add strength, beauty, and character. Applying kintsugi to ourselves means we don't have to hide our broken heart. We can carry it openly. It's a reflection of our love. And we are suffering and still surviving. Just like a vase that is broken and repaired, and it can still be a vase, it still holds water and flowers, it is still a whole vase. We can mend enough to still have a life that brings us meaning and pleasure. And that is the ultimate goal in grieving, is accommodating the missing them as we journey through and find the meaning and the pleasure for ourselves, in spite of our broken heart. As always, thanks for listening, because grief matters.
If you would like more information on any grief or bereavement issues, including options for counseling, please feel free to call us at the Joseph T. Quinlan Bereavement Center at 973-948-2283 or you can contact us online at copewithgrief.org. Please remember to subscribe to the Grief Matters podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast.